Hey everybody, Bryant, restaurant consultant, author, and the coach's coach, back with another installation of the 6P training. Today focusing on the most important P. You got it, profit. So you probably landed on this video. This might even be your first video, your first time watching me. But you either landed on it because somebody referred you or you found it on the internet. I doubt it's because you were looking at YouTube videos and say, hey, this guy's handsome, devilishly handsome. I got to see what he has to say. He looks like a great entertainer. What a good dresser. Probably not. You're here for the same reason that everybody in the business is here for. And I don't care how you want to minimize it. And I'm not talking to you about what you do with your profit. It could be nonprofit. It could be charitable. It could go in your bank account. It could go to your kids. I'm not talking about what you do with it. I'm only talking about how you get it. So, I'm going to put the bow in bold today, and I'm going to make a couple of bold statements. In fact, the most bold statement that we can talk about is your profit statement. How you use them, why you use them. What does your profit and loss statement look like? Is it just a record of accounts of what you spent versus what you did in sales, and boom, here's the bottom line? If that's the case, then I'd be super curious to know what your cash flow looks like. Is it terrible? Likely it is, because if you're managing your business that way, you're probably just managing your cash flow based off of what's in the bank. Well, that can be tricky because this is a very movable business, very fluid all the time. So the big essence of this conversation is to try to get you excited about profit and loss, about financial statements, about benchmarking, about all kinds of really, really cool stuff that if you're anything like me, you got in this business because of your love and your passion for people and product. And trust me, I get that. I want to make people happy. That's my goal in life. But at the same time, I want to practice my craft. I want to gravitate towards what I am passionate about, where I believe my creativity flourishes. And so for years in the restaurant business, that's exactly what I did. I ran restaurants, I managed restaurants, I owned restaurants throughout the United States, Central America. I've traveled all over the world, staging in different places throughout Europe and the US and coastal Central South America. It's been an amazing life, but at the end of the day, when I owned my restaurant, I realized that it didn't matter how much passion I had. It didn't matter how many people loved me, how great my bartenders were, if my chef was on a TV show. All of that stuff was great because it might create some revenue coming in. But if I wasn't managing the revenue properly, or if I was oblivious on how to manage that revenue properly, I could look at my earnings statement at the end of the month and say, oh my God, I'm robbing from Peter to pay Paul. I better take out this loan. Hey, here's a credit card company who's going to give me an advance. Bad. Bad. You can't run your business that way. You certainly can't do it for long. When the dust settles, at the end of the day, those who are here are unfortunately the scientists and not the artists. Now, I believe in the art. It's my favorite thing. But it's incumbent upon me to understand the science. Understanding the science, at least at a level where I can read it, comprehend it, understand how to manage it, guide it, direct it, doesn't mean I have to do it. But without the basic skill set, comprehension, and if you don't know what you don't know, you have to at least get there so somebody else who's an expert can maximize that opportunity for you. There's a lot of great programs out there. There's a lot of great companies. But what we're going to dive into in the next video is a traditional classroom style PowerPoint presentation where I'm going to show you what the new standard restaurant chart of accounts looks like. And if I'm putting you to sleep, I beg you for 3 minutes, because in those 3 minutes, I will wake you up and you'll realize what you've been missing the whole time. In the series, I'm also going to show you all of this incredible data that I've aggregated over the hundreds of clients that I've worked with, over the clients my friends have worked with, over information I've pulled off of the internet and from friends who own restaurants. And I've boiled this all down to what is the benchmark standard for any concept, type, size, venue. How much should your cost of goods be? How much should your food cost be? Your liquor cost, your beverage cost, your labor cost, your fixed cost, your rent as a percent to sales. There's a formula. in the industry. I use that formula all the time when I'm going to invest in a project or when I start working with a client. I take that bottom number and I divide all those little percentages that I know are the industry standards to every bucket on the P&L. And when I do that, I know exactly where you should be based on what a okay operator looks like, based on what a good operator looks like, and based on what a bad operator looks like. And that's not one item. Trust me, most people can do a handful of them really good, and most people are oblivious to the other ones and how to control them. Your controlled expenses are what is going to put you in the black at the end of the day, and I got to make that fun for you. I got to make that exciting for you. And trust me, to me, it is so exciting to benchmark, to see how I do against others in the industry. Man, when I'm putting that much to the bottom line, 19, 20%, and I'm in that top percentile of all operators, man, I feel alive. I feel on fire. I feel validated that what I'm doing works. So in a lot of the subsequent videos, we've talked about all the different dynamics aesthetically and from a branding standpoint and with your people, how you can build a good business. But at the end of the day, building is one thing. Managing it, maintaining it, and capturing profitability is what's going to keep you here. So I appreciate you letting me stand up, flail my arms around, act like an idiot, and hopefully it did nothing more than just give you that much excitement to move on to the next video and really, really dive in and get an awesome comprehension, a crash course, if you will, on profit and loss, earning statements, and how to sift through all those controllable expense lines and capture a profit. Bo Bryant, thanking you from the bottom of my heart for engaging this long, because numbers are boring and I get it. But if you stuck around, it means you want to get better, and you got to remember, we all get better when we get better together. That's the point of this entire thing. Leave some comments, do whatever you want. Go to BoBryant.com for more information, and you're going to see downloads start showing up on my site so that you can download all the stuff that we talk about in physical paper form so you can train your managers. Show them these videos. Show your chefs these videos. Get everybody involved. The excitement is going to change the industry, and I believe that, and I believe in you. So, until next time, Bo Bryant, see ya.